Hello everybody and welcome to an update to the game room. I was thinking about doing the whole game room, but there was something that was bothering me in this room. And if you go back and look, and I'll link this right now, the old game room update from last year, you can check that out. There was a portion of the game room in the closet where all my controllers were at. And I'll show you real quick where they were at. They were in these containers. So what I had was all these, and you can see in the old video, there was controllers and cables kind of stacked up on each other, and they were kind of organized. They were in Ziploc bags. I tried to do my best. I really did try to do my best. And they were all in here. These clear containers right here. And then in here was some kind of figure accessory stuff for action figures or whatever in here. And then in the bottom was some like a racing wheel, and I had some Donkey Konga bongos down in there on these two containers, and they were in the closet. No longer. I said there has to be a better way. When I did have to get one-off chance I had to get some of these cables for some of my classic consoles or whatever, it was a pain in the butt. There was stuff on top of those containers in the top. They weren't really organized. They were kind of stacked on top of each other. It was hard to get to the things I wanted to get to. So enough of that. That's the preface. Let's get to the meat of the video, and that is I've updated all of that, and I think I'm putting this out there. I'm even going to title the video this way. I have found the best setup for controllers and cables. You let me know in the comments if I'm right or not. So, you know what? It's time to go in. Let's get right back in here. So, what have I done? We've taken out all of these freaking containers. Boom. And we've done this. We have ascended. And what I've done is I went to Target, and these were $15 each. These are they're together as three, whatever. You get three in one, whatever. And they were $15. So $30 each got me this. They're right in front of the closet door. We, as in the last video, have some classic, we got some clothes in case we need to change clothes while we game, just in case. I put my Rock Band stuff over here now. This was stacked on top of those two giant organizing boxes. I don't know what you call them. Containers. But now you can see everything. You know where everything is at. And I can grab everything so quickly. So let's start from the bottom and make our way up, shall we? And I'm going to turn on some light for you guys on top of the camera because that's how we do. So this first drawer, and I'll show you how, and this can be customized whatever you guys want to do, but I really want to suggest to you guys, if you have all these controllers and cables, check out this way. I think I've mastered it. I think I've figured it out. So here's all my NES cables, and this is what I also did. I'll talk through some of the stuff as we go along in the video. I had wrapped these around, classic. You wrap this around the actual controller, but I watched somebody on YouTube the other day, and they said, you are a giant moron idiot if you do that, because it wears and tears on these. It wears and tears on the actual cable part right here, right there. If you keep doing that, and I said, you know what? I think you're freaking right. So I went ahead and this is probably not even good either, but frick it. I don't have enough cable stuff to tie, string tie around the cables, whatever. I went ahead and did that. So as you can see, I have my NES and SNES here, and you'll see I try to organize them by console or similar generations, whatever you'll see. So I have all my NES, I have a NES, and I've also never shown some of the stuff because they were just locked away in that last video. But I'll kind of show you my collection of controllers and some stuff. So there is a weird NES controller I have had since I was a kid. I kind of inherited this from my parents. So they had this NES, the worst D-pad I think I've ever seen. This goes over and then you click over to do that. But why did they make this so much harder? So there's that. We got the zapper back there, you can kind of see, but These are the classic controller, SNES and NES Classic, and I thought, you know what, the heck, just throw them in with the old consoles, so they look so similar. And then we have these cables, and there's like a turbo. What the frick is this? It's like a turbo thing for Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo, you put your controllers in there, and boom, you're going to get like slow turbo. I never really could figure that out as a kid. I still can't as an adult. I never got to see what that would actually do, but I used it as a kid, and nothing happened. And all these cables, you can also grab these from Amazon. These are really, really neat. I used a billion of them in reorganizing all this. It's these Velcro kind of pads, and they just go around your cords. I ordered a billion from Amazon. They were like so cheap, but they Velcro on. They're sleek. They keep your cords organized. But yeah, all the video cables. So these are old video cables for NES, SNES, or whatever, and they're kind of placed over here on the right. And the power cables, I know where everything's at. It is so easy to get to it. Like here's the NES or whatever SNES ones, power cables, and it's all right here. It's so freaking easy, and it's all organized, and it looks great. There's not a million things stacked on whatever. I know where I can get to everything in a moment's notice. Boom. There's that first one. Let's go to the second one. What do we got here? So here's what happened. I started to organize by, okay, we just wanted Genesis and we have Dreamcast. Well, as you see, as we go up, I started to notice where I was losing space, how much space I had, because I had different amounts of NES, SNES, cables. You have different cables for different generations of consoles. And here's the thing, too. I did, 6 drawers did it for me, but you might need more. And it's another $15, and I could have easily moved this over. It'd been a little bit harder because I had, the store to open up. Focus, please. Okay. But I would have had it. You could have more space. You just link these up horizontal then, or keep going up. I don't know. I couldn't have gone any up higher on that. But yeah, for me, 6 drawers worked, and you'll see I started to stack together, and it's still organized. So first up is Genesis, so here's all my Genesis controllers. There is and I just found this out the other day, a 32X, which I didn't own, but throughout the years, I accumulated this as a kid. I don't know where it came from, but I have a 32X controller. I had to look this up to see, what was this exactly? Was it Saturn? But no, it's 32X. I'm an idiot. And then we have Dreamcast. So I've stacked I only have 2 Dreamcast controllers here. This one and that one that I got. This is an original Xbox controller, and then I have a wireless. They had a wireless Logitech, and then you just plug that in. Again, that has the Velcro tie on there, as well as some of the power cable stuff in there. But yeah, all my Xbox stuff is right there as well. I even have my 360. So here's the thing: I didn't have that much Genesis. I didn't have much Dreamcast accessories. You'll see some of the only accessory I have is this mic that they made just for the Seaman game on Dreamcast. That's down there. But other than that, and the power cables are small. They're just this. They're just as small as that. Like, they're not really big, as you can see. So I had extra space, utilized that space, and I put the 360 controllers in here, and then my Xbox One controller, which I just use for a PC. But there's all my 360 accessories, which I kept a Ziploc bag for those. And then under that are, the cables for the Xbox, original Xbox, and stuff like that. So again, I can grab anything at a moment's notice. There's some stuff stacked, but it's so easy to get to with these drawers. Pull them out. And I know exactly where everything's at now. I'm very, very happy with this setup. So there's drawer number 2 from the bottom. We'll go up here. We've got my N64. We had, the classic, your friend comes over, he gets the crappy third-party controller, but this one was actually kind of good. This was a SharkPad Pro, and this wasn't really that bad of a controller. I mean, it was very close to the crappiness of the N64 original controller, so good all around. These are my GameCube controllers. Funny thing about this GameCube controller has never been used. This is from this was the GameCube where they had the Legend of Zelda collection. And I never used it. I never, because my parents, when I got it for Christmas, gave me a Wavebird as well, as you can see here. So I got the Wavebird on the day I got this, so I only used this, so this is actually an unused original GameCube controller. This is the Smash Brothers Ultimate that came with that, the special edition of that, and I have used that a couple times, but I kind of still stick to the GameCube. I like having the wireless adapter for that and using the wireless on there, but I have checked out, used that as well. Right here, of course, is all of the GameCube like power cables. This is the N64's power cable, and then we have some other stuff I want to talk about. We also have back here all of my original Game Boy. So this is what trying to keep the original generation. So I'm trying to keep, there's Game Boy, Game Boy SP and stuff, and this is right around the time GameCube, N64 and all that. So all of the power cables, and there's like the connection cables for original Game Boy are in here, and then this would not fit anywhere because it was a monstrosity, and I didn't want to make a bigger Ziploc bag, but this is a Game Boy Advanced multi. You can play up to 4 players. This was good for stuff like Mario Kart and whatever. Controller, I don't even know if I had 4 friends that got together at the same game to use that, but I do have it. And then we have N64 accessories. These are in a Ziploc bag. That's a Game Shark down there. Let's pull it out so you can get a better look. Game Shark. We have Rumble. There was a pretty cool like Rumble thing right there with the memory card. And then this was really cool, a transfer pack. So that was for Pokemon Stadium. I used that for primarily. I'm trying to think if there's any other game, there probably was, that used it. But you put your Game Boy, the Pokemon Red and Blue in there, and you can pull in your Pokemon as well. I think Pokemon Stadium 2 did the same thing with Gold and Silver. That was a little old adapter set in there. But like I said, so easy to get to this stuff. It's all right here. All my cables, I'm still using those Ziploc ties, or those ties right there, those Velcro ties. And then I have a old Pokemon Silver case, and you put your games in there, stuff like that. See if I can't get it open. Bear with me. But you put your old Game Boy games. I used to love, I'd put my Game Boy Color in this, and I would play it. You just stick it in the sleeve right here. And inside, you of course had places to put your Game Boy games at. So I'll just leave that unlocked for now. But yeah, there's that drawer. And this is one of my favorite drawers right here. This is my PlayStation. Jeezoo, I have so much stuff for PlayStation. Where do I begin? Well, let's start with PlayStation 1. So over here's all my PlayStation 1 controllers. I've got 3 of these classic launch PlayStation controllers, and then they went to these analog sticks. And then funny, you know what? Maybe this is disturbing more than funny, but these little marks on the analog sticks are when I was a kid, and I would get so angry I bit the analog. So those are teeth marks. So if I ever, they're wondering if I committed a crime, they're going to pull out the analog stick and say, take a mold of it, I guess. I guess that's how that works. Then original like PS1. So when they redid they made a PS1 Slim, that's the PS1 kind of slim controller look, or logo, I mean, right there with that wording. And then I picked that up for somewhere cheap as a kid, but it's PS1. Another DualShock there. And then we have PS2, or this is actually a PS3. It just looked so similar, I just put it there. But it's a PS3 controller that I broke. Good job. This is my original launch PS2 controller that has seen better days. Again, do not wrap your cords, like that guy on YouTube said, because that is exactly what will happen. So I got to get electrical tape and fix that, or I'll shock myself to death, and you'll never see a video again. I loved this controller. It is a translucent blue. I thought that was so cool as a freaking kid. It's still cool. Translucent blue, you can see through it. Another PS2 controller. We have got some sticky stuff on there. Whoops. This is a PS4 controller. This is the updated model that came with my PS4 Pro, but I still like using this one that we'll talk about in a second, this drawer, but that's just the original one that came with the PS4, but kind of updated it, but I haven't really used it. And then I bought this and have not used this because I just thought it was so cool. Maybe I'll use it soon on my PS Classic, which I modded, but it is the PlayStation 25th anniversary or something, 20th anniversary controller, and I love this thing. Made it look like the original PlayStation. So look at that. Boom. Nice. In here is some really funny things I want to talk about. These are, excuse me, the old, whoa, I about lost the whole drawer. Then that would be a really bad setup. This is the old memory cards that you would use for PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. So as you can see, as a kid, I wrote on here what's on some of these. Took them off the other. I did write on the others too, but I had the gray one, I had the white one. It's almost like I was collecting these. Translucent blue one, translucent red, and then we've got to talk about, so then there's some PSP ones in here as well, memory cards, but there's the PS2, what they look like right there. And then we've got to talk about, my dad found this somewhere, a Lara Croft Tomb Raider memory card, and that would stick out the PlayStation. How cool is that? Where are these kind of accessories now? Like, oh my gosh. Give me like a SD card that looks like that. That sticks out. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, memory cards. There's a Game Shark for the PS1 that I had. So yeah, again, accessories and wires I keep to the right, keep to one side. I can grab all that stuff super easy over here. And then back here is some PlayStation Portable accessories. That is the case it kind of came with, or the sleeve you could use. Always had to keep it protected in the sleeve. You gotta wrap your PSP up. There is this, which is really cool, and it had a battery pack in it, and it also, you opened it up. Sorry, it's just in a bag, and I'm trying to do this with one hand. My hand is getting so tired. Oh my gosh. What a nightmare. But this would open up. It slides out, and you stick your PSP in there. You get the idea. Just looking at it from the back. Pull that up. Awesome. I use that all the freaking time because the PSP would hurt my hand. It was just a weird, not ergonomic thing. And then some chargers for the PSP, headphones, and whatever. So, and I think the Vita as well, because I did not have a lot of Vita crap. Back the heck in there. So, yeah, very easy as I'm struggling with the PSP stuff in there. Yeah, all the PlayStation stuff's right there. Easy peasy to get to. The next drawer is the Wii and Wii U and some Switch stuff in here. Let me zoom out here. So I have my two Wii controllers I had, the nunchuck, and then we had also, I'm scared this is going to fall back. Don't fall. I'm just going to say not fall, and then it can't. Skyward Sword Collector's Edition came with this. I tried not to use it a lot because same with the PS1, I just like to, I'm just a weirdo and like to just not mess this stuff up. And then this was separate. You would think they would give you the Skyward Sword, the gold nunchuck to go with it. Wrong. This actually was from Nintendo Club, which they've since closed down and made it a whole new thing, but I used points and got this. It is the gold. I don't know why they didn't do with the gold wire as well, but it's just a white wire. But that went perfect with the Skyward Sword controller, so I had to get that. The Wii Classic controller right here had a great D-pad on it and felt good to play. I played through Link to the Past on that. To the Virtual Console. There's the Wii U Pro controller. Love that controller. Here are, when people kept throwing their freaking Wiis through their TV, they came out and Nintendo said, hey, you can order free Wii condoms, controller condoms. They did not call them that. I'm calling them that. But maybe Reggie would agree they are Wii condoms. And you would just stick your Wii in there and your Wii controller and you'd be good to go. You'd have protection. And these are some of the wrist things that no one used that caused this issue to begin with. So pretty cool. The Wii Zapper, which one game you can kind of use this with, I believe, but that is the Link's crossbow training on the Wii. It's the only time I ever used that thing. And I think I kind of used it for Resident Evil had some kind of shooter game, and I might have used it. I don't remember, but yeah, I'm going to switch hands so I don't break my hand holding this contraption I've got. But Nintendo DS case. Takes me back to my childhood using that. Putting my DS in there. We have some accessories for like the Wii. Got the sensor bar down there. the Wii U's, and I think it works for the Switch as well. This is the GameCube adapter that came with Smash Brothers for the Wii U. We have a 3DS sleeve that says 3DS LL. I think that's what it's called in Japan or whatever. I ordered this off eBay for like $1, and used that as my 3DS case. We have down here, and this is really organized. I really like this as well. So we have the, this is for the Wii U. Wii U accessories back here. So we have stuff like they have a charging thing. You could stick a cord in there and stick the Wii U gamepad in that. There's the crappy, terrible, awful, thank you Nintendo, battery that came with the Wii U, and I bought the upgraded one that I think Nintendo themselves sold, or is third party. I can't remember. I think it was third party. Regardless, this thing sucked. The battery, and I got a bigger battery. If you open up the Wii U's back, you'll see that this thing does not fill up the space. So the thing I bought filled out the space. So thank you, Nintendo. Extra stylus. Well, I'm really freaking up my hand there. Extra stylus there. And then there's a stand. There's a couple little, right here is like the stands it came with. If you wanted to stand it vertical, but I lay it flat. There is a 3DS little stand. You stick your cord back there and charge it. Pretty cool. A billion 3DS and then a 2DS charger in there. All just chargers. This is my Switch accessories, which is just a Switch, and then those things that you can stick at the bottom. So not a lot of Switch accessories. I miss all these fun accessories that you had. Seems like they've gone down. Maybe I'm just an adult and I don't buy the kind of goofy accessories now, but I had some fun ones as a kid. I also had a Game Boy Light. I don't know where that light went, but yeah. And then, just that kind of stuff. And then a Switch. I take this one, I'm, go on travels, when I'm traveling around or whatever, stick the Switch in there. It has a power cable in there, and awesome little case. I got that for free from a friend. So thank you, friend. Just perfect freaking organization in here. I think the best. I'm still going to keep calling it the best and get called out. Oh, I didn't even mention the Switch Pro controller that came with Smash Ultimate. Works out great. So wait, I fricked up. This came with the Ultimate, with Smash Brothers Ultimate. The other one down here, I apologize. Please do not destroy me. This I am correcting myself. This came with the Wii U one, because of course it came with the freaking adapter up here. So yeah, those two came together. Sorry about that. Correction. Do not burn me at the stake. I take it back. And this top drawer is kind of miscellaneous stuff I want to just grab or whatever. Or, as you can see, Donkey Konga, a game for GameCube involving Donkey Kong. You play these bongos. It's a music game. I got 2 of these. Man, I used to love playing this with my little cousin. Friends would come over. Donkey Konga is awesome. But luckily, these are so deep of drawers that they fit Donkey Konga controllers. I think they had that in mind when they developed them. So thank you, Target, for thinking of the Donkey Konga fans. Just these wheels, the extra set of wheels. So because I bought 2, they each come with these wheels or whatever, and I have them on so I can just kind of push them out of the way, push this whole thing out of the way to grab my Rock Band stuff right there. It's the only thing over there. Thank you, Target, for thinking of wheels. Wheels, they did not reinvent the wheel. We could say that. My PS4 controller, so I'm quickly just going to grab that, because another thing that I hadn't, thought about was recently on YouTube, I was looking up, to even get this perfect setup I had in here, I looked up on YouTube about like organizing controllers or whatever, didn't see anything. I made the best one, now we have it. But people were saying you should cover up your consoles because dust gets in there and it kind of fricks up things, and they said same with analog sticks. So the big problem with the Joy-Cons is because they're out there in the dust. So I'm getting dust in them right now. I'm an idiot. So I started to think, okay, well, I used to have like my PS4 controller, my Xbox One controller out there sitting. Put that up, you dummy. So that's what I started to do. So now when I play a game, I just open the closet, I open this drawer, and it's right there. I can even put it in here because I have the freaking, closet door is going to protect it from dust as well. So, but I'm putting it in there. I have these that I use for my PSVR, the wand controllers. I don't even know what they're called. PS Move controllers for that. I have a extra mouse. I use the Magic Mouse on my Mac, but sometimes, you know, you go into Windows, you go into whatever, you game with that FPS, you're going to want a like more legit kind of using the wheel and everything kind of controller for that. This is my HDMI switcher up there, and that is a extra keyboard that I plug in if I'm fixing someone's computer, or if my computer gets fricky, my keyboard, whatever, I have an extra one there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I can even get, there was ones that are kind of just one. They were kind of just one drawer or two drawer or whatever and smaller. And I can even put some stuff up here if I wanted and get even more organized. So the possibilities are endless. I might tweak that someday, and it's so easy to do that. I can even take out this bar or whatever, take out the clothes, maybe have to change somewhere else, and have even more room. I think that is the best setup. Let me know what you guys think, if there's something I could be doing better. Am I fricking something up? Sorry about that. I don't think I am. I think I want to show you guys, I want to show the world, this is the way to go. Get some clear drawers. Go to Target, go to Big Lots. I don't even know if people know what Big Lots is. Maybe it's not out there, but here in Ohio, there's a Big Lots. Get some clear drawers and get to organizing. Stop having your controllers just in your closet or in a bin and just unorganized. Get a life and organize these. Get some freaking Velcro. Here, I'm going step by step. Target, get some bins, clear bins. Oh, you can put these in the closet. What do you need to have them out? You could have them out if you have a big enough space. I don't. I got to make room. I got to make every space count. That's why we're doubling up on certain consoles or whatever else. Get some Velcro, whatchamacallits, cord wranglers things. Yeah, just type that in Amazon. You'll get something. And go at it. Like, this is so easy. It's so much more stress-free. I know where everything's at, and it looks so clean. Oh, so thank you for watching. Let me know if this was indeed the best setup for controllers and cables. I can get everything at a moment's notice. So thank you for watching, and get to organizing. Please do it. Do it for video games. Thank you.